Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on a blackened, blackish smoky eye. It's not my favorite look on myself, but every time I upload a picture onto Instagram or Facebook, people seem to love it. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, you tell me. I'll also try to include some tips and alternatives that make these smoky eyes a little bit easier to wear. Before I start, I've been wanting to do a Q&A style video to knock off some really frequently asked questions. So leave all your queries in the comment section below this video or on any of my social media, whether it be a makeup related question or a question about me personally or relationship advice. I'm great at that. Ask anything, I'm pretty candid. Now let's start. So with any heavy eye look, I tend to leave the base until later so that the pigment doesn't drop down and compromise the freshness of our base. I do tend to do my brows first though. And I tend to do the brows before anything else because to me, they're part of the facial architecture. So it really helps to have your brows on when determining how far out to blend your eyeshadow, how far upwards. Today I'm going for a pretty natural brow. I want this smoky eye and the whole makeup really to look like I didn't really try, like it was just entirely effortless, even though it's not. I'm next going to be taking Chanel Mirifique, which is a black cream eyeshadow with glitters in it. And I really like this one because it's very pliable and blendable. Some other popular black bases like the MAC Black Round I actually find to be quite finicky. I'm patting that all over the lid and slightly into the crease. And make sure you don't forget the base of the lashes because we want it to be darkest there. And the key really with any smoky eye is to work in really thin layers because you can always go back for more and build the intensity, but if you get over enthusiastic with the black eyeshadow, it can turn Taylor Momsen quite quickly. And that's a different look. No hate on Taylor Momsen. I really liked her in Gossip Girl. By the way guys, I'm late to this party, but I never actually watched the end of Gossip Girl. They kind of lost me halfway along. And no spoilers, but I found out who Gossip Girl was. I really did not see that coming. Am I a moron? Is anyone here old enough to know what I'm talking about? At this point, I've got it all over the lid. I'm going to look straight ahead and I'm going to determine how far up I need to take this black eyeshadow. I want it to be slightly peeking out of the crease, so I know I've got to take it up just a little bit further. And as you get to the crease, you can really lighten your touch. So by now you've got something that looks a little bit like this. You've got some black base peeking out through the crease. Now this has scattered a little bit of glitter and for the most part, do not want. I don't have very defined sockets and it makes my eyes look puffy. So I'm going to take a matte transitional shade and I'm just going to run that through the crease. So I'm just slowly circling that over the seam of the eyeshadow. And this will really help to blend out that harsh line. And because I forgot to do this earlier, I'm just going to run a bit of that black base on the lower lash line. Okay, so we're going to layer some eyeshadows to intensify this smoky eye. The palette that I'm using is sadly limited edition. Don't worry, it seems that I was the only person in the world who liked this palette. Everyone else sold theirs. If you have a black and purple, a black and green, a black and charcoal, now would be the time to use them. And these sponge tip applicators, who actually uses those? I do. If you're working with really soft shadows prone to fallout or tricky eyeshadows in general, these are your friend, become acquainted. I'm patting the black and purple in the inner half of the lid. This is messy, don't stress. I'm going for colored nuances of black today because I think that stark black is a bit harder to pull off, but also I think that the variation is interesting. Then I'm going to take the black and green shade and I'm patting that on the outer half of the lid. Patting will produce less fallout. If I swipe, it's going all over my cheek. And I'm keeping these below the crease because holy shimmer Batman. I'm Batman. Next I'm going to take each color and just pat them over the seam so the colors appear to blend into each other. And then with the other side of my sponge tip applicator, I have the black and charcoal shade and I'm just dabbing that into the outer corner and a touch into the outer crease, just for some extra depth there. And back to our blending shade, I'm going to slowly blend that through the crease so that the lid color doesn't stop abruptly. I tend to raise my eyebrows when I do this, so that I can blend without interrupting the lid shade. Then we're going to mirror that placement on the lower lash line. If you're seeking a really dramatic and sultry smoky eye, then you can blend this quite far down. Or if you'd prefer more of a softer haze, then you can keep it quite close to the lash line. Then I'm going to take the iridescent pink shade on my finger and I'm going to stamp that in the center of the eyelid. This lends an interesting hue. It's sort of mother of pearl. But in general, I find that center lid highlights are a really handy way of preventing a smoky eye from becoming too dark or too overwhelming. I'm also placing that in the center of the lower lash line. Okay, now perhaps the most important tip for those struggling with smoky eyes. Inner corner highlights. It seems so obvious, but it's so important. This will help to break up the darkness, but also if you have slightly close-set eyes like myself, it will create the illusion that they're further apart. And play with it, you can blend this inner corner highlight over the entire inner third if you find that flattering for your eye shape. I don't think smoky eyes by definition need to be dark all the way around. Before I go any further, I'm going to take some liquid eyeliner and make a very fine line along my top lash line. This is just to conceal the false lashes I'm going to apply today, but if you're not wearing false lashes, then you can skip this step. Then I'm going to tightline, broken record. I always do this, but in particular, smoky eyes seem unfinished without this step. Okay, so traditionally with a smoky eye, we'd now be lining our lower waterlines with kohl. And I'll be honest with you guys, I hate that look on myself. I love it on other people. I think it's so beautiful and so sultry, but on me, it makes my eyes look really small and really buggy. So if you feel the same way, a good alternative is a dark but reflective eyeliner. So this one's sort of like a dark khaki and it has some pink reflect. So you'll still achieve that framing effect, but the shimmer will catch the light a little bit and it won't be so buggy-eyed. Okay, I'm now going to apply some false lashes. Now I know the false lashes aren't exactly effortless, but we're going to digress a little bit here because they're a really easy way to make your eyes look larger and to make your smoky eye look less grungy and more pretty. So I'm going to be using some clusters. I'm still in love with these Kiss lashes. And I saw these actually the other day. Mario Dedivanovic, is it? It's Kim K's makeup artist. He uploaded a picture onto Instagram of these lashes and I felt so validated. I was like, yes, they're amazing. Okay, so I've gone ahead and applied about 4 short clusters on the outer corner and about 2 extra short clusters towards the center of the lid. I also went and did my mascara on both my top and bottom lashes, and now I'm just going to take some Bioderma and clean up all of that fallout underneath my eye because you don't want that mixed in with your base. Okay, for my base today, I'm going to be a little bit repetitive and use what I used in my last video, which was the Armani Lasting Silk mixed with the Leblanc de Chanel in about a 50-50 ratio. And this is just my favorite combination of the moment. I've been wearing it for about a month straight. I tend to prefer a more understated base with a smoky eye. But you know what? Do what you need to do so that you feel confident and your base feels fresh. If you have blemishes, then you can conceal that. If you have pigmentation, then you can correct that. And that goes for all of my videos. Alter it to fit your preferences and your needs. I'm going to pay extra attention to my under eye area today because smoky eyes do have the tendency to make you look a little bit tired. So I'm just starting off with an illuminating sort of concealer just to deflect any shadows or hollows. And then I'm going to go in with a bit more of a pigmented concealer just in the areas where I have strong discoloration. So for the cheeks, it's really whatever you want to do. Blush, bronzer, contour, highlight. You know what suits you and you know what you like. But today I'm going to use my favorite contour palette. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting. And I'm using the included brush. I heard recently that Kevyn Aucoin has redesigned the packaging for this product and it no longer comes with this brush, which is such a pity because it's a great brush once you get the hang of it, very directional. I think I sense a bit of cost cutting there, Kevyn Aucoin. Boo. For the lips, I'm going for a pinky nude. It's just something that will pale down my lips enough that the eyes take focus. And I find, this is one of the Hourglass lip stylers, I find that they're best patted in, otherwise it can look a little bit concealer lips. And there you have your blackened, blackish smoky eye. A quick overview of the wearable smoky eye tips that I mentioned in this video. You have your inner corner highlight, your central lid highlight, try nuances of black eyeshadow, play around with dark but iridescent eyeliners for the lower waterline, and keep the rest of the face quite clean and cohesive. If you've done all that and your eyes still feel a little bit small or the look is a bit grungy for your liking, add some false lashes because that really amps it up and makes it a lot prettier. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and don't forget to leave your questions for the questions and answers video either in the comments below this video or on any of my social media. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Drive safely, don't walk into dark alleys, and floss your teeth. Bye!